We're back with Wedding Warriors
Hi.
after just a quick 3-year hiatus.
3 years?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time.
So I wanted because I feel like I have no idea. You had the how many people downloaded or listened. I have no idea how many people listened, but I just wanted to give a quick recap because I'm sure with Swell being what it is now, like there's probably a lot of people who have no idea what Wedding Warriors is. So it was a podcast that we started in 2017, and it was supposed to be like more humorous interviews with wedding people. It was supposed to be for the industry to kind of like tell stories of crazy things that happened at weddings.
Like
Um,
therapy.
I don't think it went too well.
No.
I think there were a couple of reasons. I think the first was we didn't know each other at all when we
No,
started.
we
I think
didn't.
we had maybe met once or twice.
Yeah.
Um, and so we were getting to know each other. And then we were also, I think we were over editing
Yeah.
where, and that was all. I mean, I give
That,
you
that was
tremendous
almost.
props for the amount of time you spent editing, but like you were cutting out like every and
Yeah.
anytime that it was awkward for a moment, and I feel like it just added to the fact that we didn't know each other, and then we were over editing, and then people didn't want to like talk about
They
like
didn't really want to go there where we wanted them to go. We wanted it to be funny, and they wanted to tell like a nice little story that wouldn't get them in trouble.
yeah. I mean, I remember one person who we asked like, "What's the craziest thing that happened to you on wedding day?" And I think their answer was like, "The bride's bustle broke," and I was like, "Oh, like." So, and I mean, I get it. I mean, you have to protect your reputation, and that's when then I think I left after 8 episodes. What did you do? 20 in
I,
total?
no, I think I did like 15.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I did 8, and then when I was working at the Ringling, the HR department asked me to stop. Um, which I get. I mean, I was working for a state entity, and I was technically representing them, you know, at all times.
Yeah.
Um, so they asked me to stop. Um, although I think that the HR person did say they enjoyed it, but it was
They,
not appropriate.
that's good. They,
Um,
yeah. It was probably a good idea for us to stop.
yeah, I mean, we hadn't really thought about doing this like a long distance thing, and you being in Tampa and me in Sarasota, and um, you were much more willing to come down here than I was to go up there.
Yeah.
Plus, I have a fear of driving in Tampa.
Yeah. Oh, I just got a new review on Wedding Wire.
Oh,
That's exciting. 5 stars. Wow.
from a recent wedding or an old wedding?
That's
Or,
special. Um,
I mean, I guess it can't be too recent.
well, yeah, it's definitely not in the last month or so. It's one of those things where you can't tell until you like sign in, and I don't want to sign in right now, but
Oh,
that's nice.
yeah,
People remember.
especially since you're not able to use them anymore.
Right, exactly.
I don't know if you saw. There was a vendor who posted a new Facebook group that was like, uh, it had a really long name, but it was basically like a petition for everyone to stop advertising with the Knot and Wedding Wire.
Oh, I didn't see that. Tell me about it.
I didn't really understand the full details. I think it was to do with the fact that they had received some federal funding, and then in addition, were not offering anyone any kind of leniency on paying their advertising bills.
Yeah,
Um,
they reached out to all the vendors and said if you need help during this time, there are several grants and funding, and there's some funding available if you can't pay. And like I have Wedding Wire and the Knot, and I have like I've been on there for 10 years. So my, every year it goes up. So now I'm at like where it's like I think it's $700 a month for me to advertise.
wow.
Uh, and I filled out the application because, of course, I didn't want to pay if I'm not going to be working, for this month and next month probably. And I filled out the application, and then I haven't heard anything until it was time to pay the bill. And they called and they were like, "We need you to pay your bill." And I was like, "I'm waiting to hear if I get the funding or not. I can't pay it right now,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had to do that with my mortgage. I filled out an application to have a forbearance on my mortgage, and then I just never heard anything. So like on the day it was due, I had to call them and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they're, "Oh yeah, you're approved." And I was like, "All right, well, it's good to know."
yeah, I think everybody's just overwhelmed with calls. Although it did seem like the wedding wire lady, I was the first person she ever called in her life. She was nice though.
Well, I wonder if they have like it might be, a higher up who if they had to lay off salespeople.
Yeah, it sounded more like it was like a temp kind
Oh,
of
okay.
deal. So maybe they got some people to work from home or something and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people I think doing like especially in hotels, people who are responding to leads who are, not used to it, like maybe directors of sales and people who are, taking over for employees that were furloughed. So, are you getting any leads on new weddings?
Yeah, next year is booking up like solid. I think there was like a fear for people that were interested in next year that the weddings that needed to reschedule from this year were going to take all the dates for next year. So we're pretty much full for the um, the first half of the year next year, as well as the fall this year. So that's
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Brittany said she just got you for a wedding at what was it, the Ritz?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
And corporate events, most weddings just rescheduled. You know, a lot of them had to move to like a Friday night or a Sunday night versus a Saturday night because the venue didn't have the Saturday nights available. So they mostly moved to Fridays or Sundays. Corporate events, and we do a lot of corporate events, they just flat out canceled.
Oh,
They were like, we're not dealing with this. So
yeah. I mean, because they're like because if it's something they do annually, especially, they'll just do it for next year. Where if it's a once in a lifetime thing or
right, exactly.
more sometimes. Um, well, that sucks, but I'm glad you're still booking. It seems like I hear a lot of people are booking. I talked to someone yesterday who actually was a salesperson who was furloughed and then brought back because their boss got the PPP loan. So
Wow.
they have at least 6 weeks to hopefully get through and see what happens. But
That's great.
yeah, it's nice to hear that some people are back to work. I don't know I don't foresee the hotels doing it anytime soon, but
No, in venues, I think we're going to be at the 10 people in a group for a good part of the summer, no more than 10 people in socializing together. But
yeah,
I would rather them take this time to like really figure it out, uh, the opening back up versus like us opening up now and then we have to shut down again. Because if that happens and then we lose the fall, I think people will be a lot worse off than they would be if they just can't work for right now because it's about to be the end of the season anyways.
yeah. So I'm gonna pull up. We created a group of memes to talk about. I'm gonna try to share that on the screen.
This has been the best time for memes.
It really has.
I feel
Although,
like
you sent me your memes last night, and then I went looking for memes, and I don't know. I think I'll just have to start grabbing them now as I see them. But like going back and finding them because you don't like people just post a meme and it's just there's no text on it that says like wedding meme. So
right.
when you go back to search for it, it's hard to find them.
Why you so mean?
Why are you so mean?
Why you so mean? So we're gonna like talk about our favorite ones.
Yeah, we'll talk. And I thought some of them are actually good. Will actually lead to good conversation.
We need help with that. Wow, yeah, this was one of my favorites.
So I've only seen this is what Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first like 6 or 7 episodes.
Okay.
I liked it, but I don't know if season 2 gets better. I didn't feel like, oh my god, I have to watch.
It gets better every season. I think that like seasons 1 and 2 are okay, but then like by season 3, it's really good.
I just hated the one guy. I can't think of his name. I think he like was like the mayor or something.
Yeah, the mayor. He's in a bunch of He's in a bunch of movies and shows and stuff.
I don't really like that actor. And years ago, someone told me that I looked like him, which I didn't really
No,
take
not at
too
all.
kindly to. Um, except he is a lot thinner than me, so I'll take that. But um, yeah, but I love Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, she's definitely worth watching the show just for her. She's hilarious.
I don't think people realize, like, if you go back and watch Home Alone, like how good of an actress she actually is.
I know.
Like, it seems like a weird movie to be like, oh, the acting in Home Alone was great, but she's actually,
The acting of the mom, yeah.
yeah,
She really is. She really conveys that, like, she's really worried, like,
yeah.
she's good at it.
So
I love
what?
that scene in the U-Haul with John Candy where they're singing and they're getting on her nerves when they're driving her back.
Yeah,
Really funny.
he actually that was like I think I was watching. There was a thing on Netflix about the movies we love, and they did a whole thing on Home Alone. And John Candy, I think, came in as a favor, and it was like just one day of shooting, like for like endless hours to do all of his scenes.
Wow. Yeah, because he was in Uncle Buck with Macaulay Culkin before that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a funny movie too.
So what in terms of your isolation, what have you been doing? What stage are you on?
Oh, wow. I think I'm probably, I would say I'm probably number 4.
Okay.
I haven't lost it yet. You know, I haven't lost it yet. I'm holding it together pretty good. I like having a lot of time alone, so this has been really nice for me.
I feel like I would say 5 only because, and I don't know what's happening in that, but I don't know if you saw, but um, on Sunday we took old Halloween costumes and I made a really bad drag costume and recorded it.
Really.
Yeah, so it's on my Facebook page.
Okay.
It's called
What was,
Bad Drag.
what was your drag name?
Moan Crawford.
Moan Crawford? I
Yeah.
like that. Hey, I have a question for you about drag names. So the mayor of Atlanta's name is Keisha Bottoms. I feel like there's a drag queen named Keisha Bottoms somewhere. Is that so?
I don't, not that I know of, but I
If
feel
there's
like,
not, there should be.
yeah, I
It's
feel
a,
like it could be a better first name.
yeah,
I'll think on that one.
yeah. Bottoms is a great name for anyone.
Um, this
Oh,
was I. I don't know if everyone knows her name, but I love Sweet Brown.
I
I
love.
think I say ain't nobody got time for that at least 3 times a week.
This was like one of the first. There was the hide your kids, hide your wife guy, and there
Yeah, I
was
think I think it was. I mean, it at some point it felt like exploitation, where they were looking for people to
yeah.
give them sound clips that they could, because I'm sure the news stations were going viral.
But Sweet Brown was just so polished and perfect. She was just like, it was like she was just sitting in a sitcom waiting to come out.
Yeah,
Things like that.
it was totally authentic. But now, whenever someone recently had bronchitis, and I cannot hear the word bronchitis without hearing her voice.
Yeah. Do you remember Scarlet Takes a Tumble? That was a good one.
What was it?
That was like the first YouTube video that really went like viral. It was Scarlet Takes a Tumble.
I might know it by sight, but I don't.
She was singing and she stood up on the coffee table and she just fell.
Oh yes, yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. But are you so now that you do have time, are you doing anything that you didn't have time for before?
Yes, I am. I've repainted my condo.
Oh wow.
I have rearranged my furniture about 20 times. I redid my closets. Yeah, lots of stuff. Went through all my cabinets and got rid of stuff that I didn't use anymore. I donated. Actually, I have a whole I have like 10 huge bags of clothes to donate. I don't feel like I can really donate like right now, but maybe after COVID. So they're down in the storage, and I'm going to donate like 6 bags of clothes that I don't wear anymore.
Oh, that reminds me. There's a really good meme we could have used for that. It's something. I feel like it's a picture of like a trunk, like a car trunk, and it
Mhm.
says something like along the lines of, "These are clothes I'm donating to Goodwill. I'm just going to put them in my trunk and drive around for 6 months with them first." It's
I've,
just exactly what I've done every time I've donated stuff.
yeah, totally.
I have not done anything with my time. I mean, other than creating swell content, but like in terms of like house stuff, um, I mean, I've definitely gotten better habits of uh, keeping the house cleaner.
Mhm.
Um, the coffee table behind me doesn't count. Um, but like cleaning as I go, I've gotten better because I'm in the space now so much more. Uh,
Sure.
but like, I mean, I've talked about cleaning out my garage for years, and it's
Haven't.
obviously not that I don't have the time for it because I do have the time, and now I just don't want to.
That's something I've realized too. I blame a lot of things on not having time to do something, but like now I have unlimited time, and it's like I still put things off. So I'm like, obviously, there's a reason I'm not getting to that.
Yeah. Okay. So I put this on here because I don't know where it was, but I think was it New York that they've now approved that you can do weddings online?
Yeah,
Was it New York?
yeah. It was the governor. He signed a thing saying that you could do Zoom weddings.
I mean, it makes sense, and I think it, especially for at least like officiants, if it became allowable here. Although my question is, if it's online, why does it matter what state it's in? I mean, like, what are they going to check your IP address on
I
the
think
wedding certificate to make sure that you were in the right state?
probably the license. Well, yeah, that's true. Never thought about that.
But how do you get the? Can you get the license? You can get the license online without going in. I literally know zero about getting marriage licenses.
I don't think it's going to catch on. Ellen was trying to convince J Lo to do her and A Rod's wedding right now, like a Zoom wedding,
Oh,
and she said no in a nice way because J Lo's like so nice.
yeah. Well, Ellen also likes to put people on the spot. Although I think people take it seriously sometimes.
Right, I do too.
Like she's made jokes about not being invited to people's parties, like in front of them, and then it becomes like a headline on TMZ, like awkward interview with, I think was it Dakota Johnson,
Probably.
and it's like it's comedy. Like she's not actually calling these people out.
Right,
I'm sure there's an understanding in Hollywood that like just because you're all famous doesn't mean you automatically get invited to a party.
right. You can only invite so many people, and especially with social distancing. Uh, have you seen any of her live show from home?
I've seen clips.
Amazing. It's probably the funniest I think it's ever been.
Oh, really?
She has Average Andy out in the yard because he can't come in,
Yeah, I've seen that.
and like she makes him do ridiculous stuff, and it's so good.
But did you see the article that like they weren't paying they brought in new production staff and didn't really tell the old production staff what was happening?
I think that I always take those kinds of articles with like a grain of salt because you don't really know you don't really know the details. You don't really know there's always another side to the story. And I see a lot of the same people that I see on the show there. Uh, you know, so
Well, there's like 30 production people who
I think it also depends on I mean she lives like an hour away from where they film, I believe. So maybe it has something to do with distance, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for now.
I mean,
I know your friend
I
doesn't
love
like
Ellen, but it's getting to be the point where like the stories about her are like it's becoming it's like a where there's smoke there's fire.
I know. I get it.
All right, moving on. I put this only because my husband yells at me when I put too much peanut butter or jelly on a sandwich.
That's really I don't think you can ever have enough peanut butter. I don't like jelly, but I
Well, I
don't think.
just feel like he's sometimes like, you're going to put that much jelly on. I'm like, I'm 37 years old. Like, if I want my sandwich to literally have jelly fall out of it when I bite into it, like,
If
who
you
am I
want to,
hurting?
if you want to snort the jelly, you should be able to.
That might not be so good.
I haven't tried it,
Um, what kind of, do you eat peanut butter?
yeah. My favorite kind of peanut butter is the Reese's peanut butter, but I don't get that because it's really sugary. So I get the powder peanut butter.
Powder peanut butter?
Yeah, it's like you can get it like it's powder, so you can just like add a scoop of it to like a protein shake or
Oh, you're
you
not
can't.
like putting it on a sandwich.
Well, I think you'd have to mix it with something to do that, but I don't. I think just Jif is what I use if I'm gonna put it on a sandwich.
Mm. I like the Publix fresh ground peanut butter.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
It's usually in the deli section.
You have that knob that you turn.
No,
It's like a dispenser. No.
no. It's already prepackaged.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they make it in the store. I think they do it at like the Publix main facility and send them out. I think. I have no idea.
Wow.
Oh, this was yours too.
Oh yeah, I really like this for the ladies. You know.
Yes. I actually, you can't really see on Zoom, but I haven't shaved my beard I usually trim my beard once a week, and it's been about 5 weeks.
Wow.
So you can really see the gray that's coming in.
Yeah.
It's when it's shorter, it's harder to see the gray, but I want to see, because I've never grown my beard out long enough. I didn't know if it would be like a real beard, like those guys that have like thick beards, or because
Mhm.
my hair's so thin and fine, I didn't know if it would just be like wiry and just like, but it's now getting to the point where it's actually starting to like lay down and curl a little bit. So I'm gonna see, depending on how long we're at home.
Yeah, I
If it,
think it's good.
yeah,
I like it.
it helps hide the extra weight I'm putting on.
Me as well.
I'm trying to go for walks, but did they close you have a gym in your building, right?
Yeah, they closed the gym.
Yeah.
They closed the gym in the building, and then I wanted some weights, but like you can't get weights online. Like you can't get them on eBay, you can't get them on Craigslist, you can't get them on Amazon. Like the weights are like the one thing that you can't find anywhere.
I'm sure if they're shipping by weight too.
I found some though, and for two dumbbells, they're sitting right over there. I paid $600, but now they're selling for like 1,700. So I'm gonna sell them before this is over.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to go on walks. That's the most physical energy I can put out. I just thought this was good. I was looking up wedding memes and this came up, and then also it's Disney, which is my thing.
Oh, yeah. Do you
Uh,
like the Do you like the sketch on that was on SNL that's like the Real Housewives of Disney?
oh yeah, when Kristen Wiig was Cinderella,
Yeah, that was really funny.
I like that one. Did you see when they a couple months ago they did Frozen 2?
No.
It was pretty funny. I'll send it to you after this.
Okay.
Did you see Frozen 2?
No.
Oh, well, then it's
I
not
never
going to be that funny.
I never saw Frozen 1 either.
Oh, well then I'm going to end this call now. Do you have Disney Plus?
No.
Oh, I just got Disney Plus.
Maybe I should get it. Another Disney one. Oh,
I like this because it's the bottom is the actual quote from the movie. Like I think
that
that's
is, what movie is that?
really,
I don't know.
it's Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, I never saw Sleeping Beauty.
Oh
That was like for girls.
no, that's just classic Disney. No, but the three what are they? Fairies?
Okay.
I don't know what they are. They raised Sleeping Beauty and they were like kind of like little golden girls.
Oh, okay. I'll have
It's
to watch.
fun.
Every staff member at every venue. Oh yeah. Like worried?
I think it's a mixture of wanting the wedding to be over, seeing how sloppy people are getting. It's a little bit of everything. I
Yeah.
mean,
The scary
especially if
thing.
you've gone through the night and there's been no incidents, and it's like those last 30 minutes, you're white knuckling it because you just see like people are getting 2 drinks at the bar because they know it's closing soon.
The worst I've decided is when the reception starts late, so the guests are stuck in cocktail hour for like longer, and then they like get to the reception and they're just hammered already. Then you know it's going to be a long night, and that we're going to be babysitting them.
It's been so long since I worked a wedding. I don't think I haven't worked a wedding since December of 2018.
Wow, it's a long time.
Because that was when I did my last wedding at the Ringling, and then trying to think. I mean, I've done plenty of other events, but I think it was the last time I've actually worked a wedding. I feel like I worked for someone else for something, but
Didn't you help Brittany or something one
didn't I
time?
what?
Did you help Brittany one time? No.
I helped Brittany in 2016 at a wedding at Powell Crosley.
Okay.
And by helped, I really just showed up and I kind of walked around and just said hi to everyone, and that's pretty much all I do.
Nice.
Oh, I like these kind of things where it shows the actual picture.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
There's another one where it shows like a couple standing in front of a body of water, and then it shows like it's like a dirty puddle, and the photographer is like laying on the ground in the mud.
That's like fake news. You know,
Well,
like
yeah,
when you're standing in the one area where it's raining, and then it's like sunny everywhere else.
yeah.
I always think that.
I mean, it's it's also like that. What was that photography challenge that it was at the one store, not Michael's.
Hobby
the-
Lobby.
Yeah, it was people going to Hobby Lobby and doing like photo shoots and making it look like they were like out in the flowers and.
I never saw that.
Oh, it was like a photo challenge. I'll have to find them and send them to you. I'll just be sending you stuff offline after this.
Yeah, there's a lot I haven't seen.
That was it. Oh,
That's it?
I think it's cut off with our picture.
Oh.
I just said if people want to send us a meme. Oh wait, I think that okay. They can email it to us. Email it to me. I don't trust you'll find it.
Yeah. You get a lot.
But then if we use it, we'll shout out your business. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but especially because I feel like we're a little lackluster.
Well, it is the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I just got up, had my coffee.
Maybe if it becomes, well, you said you don't drink. What was it? Do you remember that guy he used to do? It was a web series called Wine About It.
Yeah, Ballas.
Belisai, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to listen to his podcast, but it was so negative.
It was funny at first, and then it was annoying.
Exactly. I listened to a couple. I listened to it for maybe like 2 months, and it was just like all he did was whine about stuff, which I get it was his brand, but I liked when he would do the videos on BuzzFeed where he would chug like a huge glass of wine.
I love that. I love the one where he did the worst things about weddings.
Yeah.
That one was really funny. And I love when he did the worst things about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I guess we could, I mean, in the future we could watch videos on here if I can
like
screen share.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should. That'd be fun.
I don't know if that's a copyright issue though.
I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
I
There's
don't
one more.
don't think they're really paying attention right now. Have criticism to help make the podcast better. Use that energy to write. Haha, that's funny.
Because I mean, obviously I would love, I mean, if someone actually watches this and actually has something that we can do to make it better besides telling us to be more awake. But just people, I just find it funny, like what people get upset about. Like there was a video of the women who like they were at a public park that was closed, and they freaked out on these cops, and basically like she told the cop to arrest her.
Oh, I saw that too.
And I'm like, she's like, well, we're outside giving our children vitamin D, and and they just didn't understand he was enforcing the law. And then she wants to be like a conscientious objector to parks being closed. Like, put that energy towards something that matters.
I don't know.
I don't know what else to talk about. I think if we continue this and we have other guests like we did before, I wouldn't, either one or two more people, because I don't want it to be a full screen.
Right. I think that if any person out there comments that they actually got to the end of this program, we'll do another one.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought you were going to say if anyone gets to the end of this and comments that they want to be on it, they can be on. It's like, oh, we're going to end up with someone crazy.
Who would be like our dream guest for this show?
I don't know. So who did we in the past? We did Ian and Zoe. We did Becky from Simply Gourmet.
Sarah
Fairburn.
Heather.
She was on with Becky. There was
Jocelyn and Alex.
Oh yeah.
My friend Brian Adams.
That wasn't me.
Oh.
I mean, not that you can't name people who were there after I left, but.
You had
Ryan and Anne Marie from Tableside.
We did.
Neither of them are there anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Anne Marie went to Michael's on East, and Ryan's working for a company called Click Booth. Or wait, they changed their name. It's oh crap, he's not going to watch this, but he works for a company that just changed their name. But he does event planning for a tech company.
Oh, we had Grace and Brittany.
Oh yeah, was that this? Were they together or separate?
They were together.
Okay, that was when we were down in Venice at the Hotel Venezia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could catch up with any of those people. Oh, Jesse Stellick.
We had Jesse Stellick. That's right.
Yeah, we did a lot of episodes that first day.
We did. We did like 4.
Yeah. I
was listening to them. I was listening to the first episode, or maybe second or third. And I don't know if you remember, but like the first month of us doing this podcast, like I had completely lost my voice.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
I was like struggling to talk. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun way to get to know you.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of work, and I'm glad those aren't online anymore. Did you say you were hosting them for like $20 a month?
Well, the company, you have to pay to host them on this site, and that site sends them out to like iTunes and Stitcher and all those other places. And then when we weren't doing it anymore, I was just kind of like, well, no one's really listening to them, so I'm not going to pay.
I can't believe you were paying all that time.
It was not expensive. It was like, it might have been $20 every 2 months.
Still, I mean, it's $120 a year.
I mean, if you want to send me half, just kidding.
If I took any responsibility in that. You never told me.
No, it was just easier to do that than to like store them like on a server.
I'll send you a third, and Jackie can send you a third.
No, it's fine.
But no, I think we'll just put this on Facebook, and that will be it.
Facebook, yeah, because that's free.
Yeah, Facebook is free. I mean, we could put it. I think it's too long to put on Instagram. I think Instagram's like a 10-minute max.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I have a question for you. What do you think when all of this is over and we go back to work, what do you think you will have learned or not learned?
This might be over by the time you finish this question.
I know. I'm trying to think of a good way to ask it. But what's your takeaway going to be from the quarantine? What have you learned about yourself?
I mean, I think being able to adapt, because I'm not proficient in doing things digitally. So it's been collaboration with different people, getting the golden nuggets. I mean, the good thing is I've been able to do stuff with people who are not local. So like one of the golden nuggets was a planner out of South Carolina, who I saw at a conference, but usually that's not someone who would be able to come speak at a Swell event.
Sure.
So just adapting to a different situation, because it's not that I don't like it, but what I love to do is live events that have an immersive theme, and that's what Swell is. It's networking in person. The education has been there, but it's always been secondary, and now it's kind of like sort of become the primary thing. And the tough thing is, I think that afterwards, Swell could still have more digital components than it did before.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, people just aren't really engaged. There's just, everyone's online. Everything is digital. There's so much noise out there. So to get people to engage and interact with what you're doing, I mean, and people are depressed. People have their kids at home. There's so many distractions. But I hope that it's still creating value. But yeah, I think just the ability to adapt is, I guess it's not a takeaway. It's just, I'm glad that I know that I didn't just lay down. And I mean, I very easily could have just said, oh, I can't do my job. Sorry. See you when this is over.
Exactly.
So and there was definitely, I mean, there's been thoughts of that. There's been, I actually had a thought of, well, maybe I'll just put out a lot of content in April and May and then just disappear for June. But, we all have to still keep going on.
Yeah, totally.
How about you? What are you taking away?
I think that, so this is the first time ever in my life since I was in high school. I think since my sophomore year of high school that I haven't been working full time. So I think that I think I had gotten to a point where I was just a little burnout, not on the industry or what I did, but just from working all the time. You know what I mean? So I think now, going back into it, I think I'm going to be, not that I wasn't grateful before, but I think I'm going to try to really live every moment of doing it, and remember things that I kind of maybe took for granted before. I think I will think of it in a different way.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably hop off here because I think this was a lot longer than I intended, but part of it was because you speak slowly.
Yeah. Well, it's that time of day, so sorry.
I'm just kidding. Sort of. All right. Well, if this is the last episode we ever do, good catching up. If not, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, if anybody comments that they watched it, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost us anything.
Right, it's free. Bye.
Bye.